Hello, my name's Chloe. Welcome to your tarot reading. If you've never seen me before, chances are there's a message in this that is meant to find you. I have only just started making these, so chances are that there is something you're meant to hear. I actually just set up to record, and for some reason my microphone wasn't working, so it must have died. And there was a cat that was trapped in my shed, and that shed hasn't been open for a really long time, so I don't even know how it got in. Just chaos today. I don't know what is happening, but there's clearly some weird energy in the air. So yeah, welcome to your reading. I did shuffle and get some cards, but I'm actually going to reshuffle because of all of the chaos. So I'm going to put my mic down. Okay, so I'm going to start with these cards and then I'll clarify and get some more. So it's interesting, when I shuffled the first time, the Five of Wands actually did come out, but now it's on the bottom of the deck. So this makes me think that maybe there's some conflict going on, and that could be internally or it could be in your situation around you. And with the Two of Swords being the first card out, it makes me think that maybe there's like an internal battle where you're choosing between two things, and yeah, there's something you're not seeing. It's really weird because I did a reading before on this and the same card came out, which was quite strange. And then after that, you've got the Ace of Pentacles, which means that there's a new beginning afoot, but you might have to go through this time of conflict in order to get there. Yeah. And then you've got the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands, it can be going on a journey, but it can also be expecting. And then you've got the Hanged Man, which is telling you to pause and wait and to change your perspective on something. So again, with this linking to the Five of Wands on the bottom of the deck, maybe there's a perspective that you're not considering and you're being urged to look at it in a different way. But I'm going to pull some more and clarify just so I can be sure. Okay, so to clarify the Two of Swords, you've got the Tower in reverse. And the Tower upright is sudden change, but the Tower in reverse is almost saying that you're creating the change yourself rather than external events. So maybe this is to do with you changing your perspective on something, and therefore it's creating a new outcome rather than what's in front of you. Like, you're making the changes inside, which is then reflecting out with. And to clarify the Ace of Pentacles, you got the Empress in reverse. And this actually could mean that you feel like your creativity has been stifled. So with it clarifying the Ace of Pentacles, it makes me think that maybe you've been quite focused on material gain and things in the physical, like what you can obtain, where you can hold it instantly rather than tuning into your creativity. And there's a thing called the medicine wheel, which loads of different cultures have a different version on. And the medicine wheel is basically 4 different areas of your life, and you can be too in one area than the other. And when you're too in one area, you can start to like neglect the other areas, and that naturally will then stifle your creativity. And I think it's really interesting because a lot of the times we are so fixated on the outcome, and I think that has a lot to say with the type of world that we live in. we're always chasing that next goal. We never really take a moment to sit in what we've created already, and we don't enjoy the flow of it. We almost just fixate on the results at the end. And I think you're being told that the journey is the the journey's the reward. The journey's the reward. It's not the outcome, it's the flow of it. So, for example, if you are a writer or you do something in that way creatively, instead of before you write thinking, oh, I don't know what to write, or like obsessing about what the outcome could look like, why do you like writing? Um, is it because you like the feel of the pen on the paper, or it's a form of escapism for you, or you know, like, what is it that draws you in? And really start to develop a ritual around your creative endeavors so you can start to enjoy the process of it again. And I think when you do that, your creativity will naturally come back. And if you stop putting so much pressure on all of this material gain and you come back to the process, and you just, don't force yourself to do multiple pages a day. Like, just do a page and just start having it as your daily ritual, and eventually you'll find that the words are just on the paper and you don't have to think about them. And that's, yeah. So another thing with the Empress reverse is the fact that you're being told to take care of yourself. um you're really being urged for self-care, and you can include your creative endeavor in your self-care ritual. So you could have a really nice morning to yourself, and yeah, just like make a nice tea, and get your notebook. And I'm just using writing as an example, but creativity extends beyond material. um yeah, so I do get the feeling that you are beginning to create changes yourself, especially with the tower reversed. But while you're doing that, you really do need to make sure that you're making self-care a priority as well, because that's your foundation. Like, if you don't take care of yourself, then yeah, it's everything else. Like, oh, that, yeah, okay. So I I just heard that, so, about things being built on a solid foundation. So the tower falls because it's not built on a solid foundation. So anything that was there in the first place was always meant to crumble because you didn't have that solid start, right? So yeah, you're being urged to make sure that you've got that solid foundation before embarking on different endeavors. And it's not wrong to want material gain. It's not wrong to want the Ace of Pentacles, but yeah, just make sure that you're doing it from a place of groundedness, not urgency. So to clarify the Three of Wands, you got the Ten of Wands. So the Ten of Wands is uh, carrying a lot of weight, and this can mean you have burnt yourself out, and you've been carrying too much for too long. But I really get the sense that you are trying to drop this weight, but the main thing that will help you release it completely is just, again, self-care, being kind to yourself. um and with the Three of Wands can also be looking to the future. So there's a thing that is, you're basically being told to look inwards a little bit more than to the future. Be more in the present than in the future right now. Just while you build these foundations and release this weight. And yeah, yeah, that's what I'm getting from that. And then you've got the Hanged Man and then the Queen of Cups. So in this period of introspection and pause, this will help you to feel more emotionally grounded. I'm also getting the sense that this could actually be someone coming into your life that's a bit of a mentor for you, that's a guide, and they will help you to come at your endeavors in a different way. And this doesn't have to actually be like a physical person. This could be maybe a book that you read on creativity, or it could be a guide in that way where you've found a resource yourself, because the Queen of Wands is not only very emotionally intelligent, but she is very uh knowledgeable, and she goes out and she seeks information, and it's because she wants to have her emotional cup filled. And if you consider every side of the argument per se, then you you have all of the facts in order to make a emotionally healthy decision. So you're being urged to trust your own inner guidance, but also to maybe seek out some help. And yeah, you're being urged to wait. You got the Three of Wands and the Hanged Man, and I think you're being urged to wait instead of expecting these things to find you right now. You've got to come back to your roots. And then you've got the Page of Pentacles on the bottom, and this one's all about new beginnings. The pages are very curious, and they're quite young, and they love to learn, and they're very eager and naive, but not in a bad way, in a very innocent way. And actually having this beginner's, it's literally they're a beginner, so having this beginner's mindset isn't a bad thing, because if you think about a child and how curious they are and how much they just create, and they're so in the present moment, that's a great place to be. That's where a lot of creativity lives. It lives out of curiosity, and they're very much in the present moment. And this actually circles back to the Empress in reverse, because when our creativity is blocked, we normally get quite stressed about it, and we think, oh, what can I do? You think that you have to do all of these crazy things in order to get it back, but actually coming back to the child mind of of just innocence and doing things from a beginner's mind. Like if you paint, just get messy with it, like just splatter the paints on the paper, and rub your hands all over it and just have fun. Yeah. So this actually, with you had the Five of Wands in reverse earlier, so actually this could be more of an internal battle, than an external battle of beating yourself up about not producing what you want to produce. But all you're being urged to do is just come back to your roots, come back to your foundation. And once you do that and you take a bit of time, I think as well, we are way too stimulated. And when you take away that external stimulation and you reach a place of quietness in yourself again, you can actually hear your inner voice again. And it it leaves you space in order to reconnect to that part of you. You've got to make space for it. um that's why things like, if you do writing, that's why things like the morning pages are very helpful, because you're doing stream of consciousness and you're emptying yourself, so then you have space to actually tap back into yourself rather than all of this external noise. So yeah, I hope this was helpful. I hope you have a beautiful day, and yeah, I'll talk to you soon.